Hi guys, so it is Monday, December 11th. I looked at my computer so I could see the date. I decided to do a day in the life type vlog. I'm talking really quietly because it's like 6:30 in the morning. No one else in my house is awake yet that I know of, so I don't want to talk too loudly to wake them all up. So yeah, when I was planning out my Vlogmas videos, I was thinking that it would be fun to do a vlog style thing, but I did want to do a reading log like a lot of people on BookTube have been doing lately, because the idea of recording my life every day seems exhausting to me, and also like I know that won't go well for me because I always just like forget to pick up my camera. But I figured if I had one dedicated day where I just did a full day of vlogging, it'd be easier because then I would just always have that at the top of my mind. What I did is I tried to figure out what the most like exciting to watch video would be, because like most of the time my day is just going to work and then coming home and doing more work. But today I'm going to go to work, but then after work I'm heading into the downtown area to see Joe Biden speak at the Chicago Theater, and it's being moderated by Leslie Odom Jr. So I'm very excited about that. So I figured I would take you with me to work. You can see a little bit around there depending on how much time I have to walk around outside. And then after work I'll head downtown, and I have like a little bit of time before the show starts, so I'll wander around downtown to show a little bit of Chicago off to you guys. Like I said, it's like 6:30 in the morning. I have about 45 minutes until my train. So usually I work in the mornings. I wake up at like 5:30 usually, and usually I will be doing some sort of work. It'll be either like book riot stuff I have to get done, or like with Vlogmas stuff I need to get done. But I was super productive this weekend, so I don't have anything I need to do this morning. So instead I'm going to catch up on some YouTube videos because I'm very behind on those. Not very behind, maybe like 3 days behind, but still it's getting bad. Alright guys, so it's a little after 7, so that means it's time for me to go to work. I am dressed, as you can see. That's my alarm telling me that I need to leave, or at least like leave my room and get going on my day, so let's get going.
With the kings of Orient are bearing gifts, we travel so far. Fear and fountain, moor and mountain, from young star. Born a king on Bethlehem's plain, cold like rain to crown him again. King forever, facing never, so to reign. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star of royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us with thy perfect light.
So I have no idea how loud the construction behind me is going to be compared to me, but I should probably take my earbud out so I can tell how loud I'm talking. But I wanted to show you guys one of my favorite parts of my walk from the train to work is this view over the river, which is great. Hold on, hold please. Now it's like a super cold and dreary day, but I don't work like in downtown proper. I work in the neighborhoods outside of downtown, but I get to see the wonderful skyline. Let me zoom in a little bit. It's like a super cloudy, dreary day, so it doesn't look as pretty as it usually does, and unfortunately I won't be walking back this way since I'm heading into the city, but at night it's like all lit up and it's gorgeous and I love it. It's like my favorite part of my day is walking over this bridge. So yeah, let's keep heading to work. Yep, that's my face. Focus on it. Focus. There we go. So I have no idea, again, how loud the traffic is going to be compared to everything else, but normally, I'm trying to make sure headphones are dragging on the ground. So normally I read on the train on my Kindle, and then I'll like read while I'm walking, because you know, that's safe. But since I'm recording today and have like the camera in my hand and stuff, I'm listening to the audiobook of Aristotle and Dante, because I need to finish that. I have like an hour, 2 hours left maybe. So yeah, I'm listening to the audiobook of Aristotle and Dante, instead of reading on my Kindle, so that way I could have my hands free to hold all my stuff. I'm heading into work now. It's like almost 8 o'clock, I think. I usually am the first one in the office, so if I am, I might record a little bit in there, but if I'm not, then I obviously won't. There's a lot of construction happening in this part of the city. I think one of these sites was the Amazon site. Like, you know, Amazon is building a second headquarters in some city, and so Chicago obviously put in proposals, and so this is one of the sites that was included in the proposal. So even if Amazon doesn't come here, they're still like building stuff here. I think it's going to be like a stadium for a new soccer team that's coming to Chicago, which I don't care about at all, but I know it's going to increase traffic significantly around this area, so that's a thing I'm not looking forward to. Also, I'm very against Amazon coming to Chicago because I don't think it's actually going to help our city. So I'm really hoping we don't get the bid. But you know, whatever. It's not like I have a choice in the matter. Like when Chicago put in the bid for the Olympics, like everyone meeting officials kept being like, oh, this would be great for our city. And everyone who actually lives in the city is like, no, it won't. Please don't do this. And then we didn't win anyways, which praise the Lord. So yeah, hopefully the same thing happens with this Amazon bid. Please pick another city. Don't come to Chicago. Can I make an anti-Chicago video? Because I would happily do that. Okay, first one in the office. Here's a brief overview of what our office looks like. There's a couple desks back there. Those are like the boss's office. I work at a very tiny company. Here's my desk. Yay! It's typical office stuff. So yeah, let's get to work. Alright, so it's been like the craziest day at work today. It's like 1:30, 1:40, something like that. I knew it was going to be a crazy morning because we had like this big thing that was launching. I work at a real estate magazine. I don't know if I ever said that, but we had this big like feature that was launching this morning, and so I knew like when I first got in I was gonna have to like troubleshoot stuff, but turns out like our coding guy just didn't turn in his stuff, so we had to like go in and manually code it ourselves this morning. Was not ready for that. Some major developer in Chicago passed away over the weekend, so I had to do like a quick turnaround on an obit, and so that's just draining in general, having to write about someone who's relatively young. He was only 45. Something else happened this morning. I can't even remember. Oh, I had an interview. So anyways, I'm gonna go for a walk during my lunch. I didn't eat breakfast till like 11, so that's the kind of day I'm having. But I thought I would take you guys around the corner from my work. There are animals. It's a pet adoption place, and it's great for when you need cheering up. See? Look at the puppies! Alright, so during my lunch breaks I like to go for walks because, you know, it's nice to get out, but also because we work in a very nice neighborhood, nice Chicago neighborhood, so there's lots of beautiful decorations out right now. I thought I would take you guys on a little bit of a tour without being too much of a creep about these houses, but there are some nice Christmas decorations, and it's always nice to get out for a little bit. It's like cold, as you can tell by the ridiculous bundling up I do, but it's not so cold that you can't get outside for a little bit. And also I'm gonna head to Starbucks and get myself some medicine ball tea. I'm traveling for work this week, and a bunch of people at work have been sick. A bunch of people in like my church have been sick recently. I want to avoid that as much as possible and not get sick, so I'm gonna go get the medicine ball tea, which is one of their like secret Starbucks menu things. So highly recommended if you are sick. I'm not sick yet, but I'm trying to again avoid it, so might as well do some like preemptive medicine ball tea drinking.
Frankincense to offer a vibe, incense songs to you tonight, prayer and praising, home and raising, worship of God most high.
One of my favorite things about Chicago neighborhoods is that they're filled with beautiful homes. At least the Chicago neighborhood is. Can't speak for all of them, that's for sure. There's some great architecture to feast yourself on. One thing that I often do when I'm going on my walks is I'll take like different side streets to wander, and I almost never walk down this one. I've forgotten how much I love it. Like, look at these homes. Well, might be helpful if I actually pointed you in the right direction. They're so pretty, and like some of these, like this one, it's not like as bougie looking, but it's still really nice. This one is like so wholesome. I love the green accent on this one. So nice. This is actually probably the one I would like. It has more character than the rest, but less glossy looking. Okay, I just need you guys to see this. There's actual like lamps lit. Like it has an actual lit lamp. That's real. I'm pretty sure. It looks real. But as real as you can look. Alright, so it's snow showering out, so it's probably not good for my camera to be out in this for a very long time, but I'm leaving work. Work sucked. But I'm gonna go do some things that are fun and make me happy. So yeah, let's head downtown. Alright, so plans have been completely changed. I was gonna take you around outside to like the Kringle Market, I can't even talk, in Millennium Park to see all the fun Christmas stuff, but it's raining. Well, it's like snow showering, but it's pretty much coming down as rain. I don't know. You're not gonna be able to see any of this. I'm like soaked outside, which is why I had like my hood up because it was wet. So yeah, instead we're going to the bookstore. So let's do that instead, because that's plenty fun for me at least.
The first Noel, the angels did say, was a certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay, keeping their sheep on cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. They looked up and saw a star shining in the east beyond them far, and to the earth it gave good light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel.
Finished up at the bookstore. So, in case anyone's wondering, I picked up a copy of this Song of Achilles. If you watched my December TBR, you saw this on there. I got it from the library and I finished it and I loved it. And so I picked this one up because it was there. It's a used book, so it only cost me $10 for the hardback, and it's in like perfect condition. So that's amazing. That makes me feel a lot better about my day because today was not good. So yeah, I gotta head back out. I'm gonna try to vlog a little bit outside because it is really pretty out, but it's also snowing really bad. So wet and electronics not great, but we'll see what happens. Let's just head out there before I have to go to the Chicago Theater.
Noel, Noel,
You say when you talk about what drove you into politics, what drove you into public office, you say, I have come to believe that the first duty of a public servant is to help bring people together, especially in crisis, especially across difficult divides, to show respect for everybody at the table and to help find a safe way forward. After 45 years in office, that basic conviction still gave me purpose. This is your first time in 40 years that you haven't held elected office. We have a lot of young people in the audience. How did you get your start in politics? And do you think we need a lot more of these young people running for office?
Well, I can answer the last part first, yes. I was raised by a father who taught us all, and my mother, and was consistent with my faith in my family, that the worst sin of all is the abuse of power. The abuse of power. Whether it's economic power, psychological power, or physical power. My dad used to say, the cardinal sin of all sins is a man raising his hand to a woman or a child. And I really mean that. When I got my passion early on as a kid was the civil rights movement, and that's why I got involved. So I never intended on running for public office. That wasn't my thought. I only had two political heroes in my life. One was Dr. King, the other was Bobby Kennedy. And they were both killed my last semester of my senior year in law school. My grandfather Ambrose Finnegan's house in Scranton when I was a kid, he'd yell, Joey, keep the faith. My grandmother would yell, no, Joey, spread it. Go spread the faith, guys. Take back the country.
All right, back home now. Man, this lighting is really poor. It makes me look like I have giant dark circles under my eyes. Anyways, yeah, back home now. Today was an interesting day to have you guys following me around. Started out pretty poorly, ended on a high note. It was great seeing Joe Biden speak and having Leslie Odom Jr. moderate. It was amazing. I honestly think we got the best moderator out of the entire tour. Like every tour stop, they have like a different relatively famous person interviewing Joe Biden, and we got Leslie Odom Jr. somehow. I don't know how, because he has like no connection to Chicago as far as I know. But hey, I will take it. Yeah, he is the third political figure that I've seen speak live this year, which is a thing I did not anticipate at any point in my life. Earlier this year, I think in like April or May, I saw Congressman Joe Biden. I saw Congressman John Lewis speak, as well as Andrew Aydin, who, you know, wrote the March graphic novels. And then in September, I want to say, I saw Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg speak here in Chicago. I didn't get tickets to see Hillary Clinton because they sold out too quickly. Like I waited in that line online for like a half an hour or so and just didn't get any. And then like the ones that were left were way out of my price range. So yeah, it's been really great to see people like that speak live because they are full of so much like hope and resilience and just words of wisdom in terms of moving forward and keep on keeping on and things of that sort. So yeah, it's really, really great to see people like that speak live. I have this thing about like seeing people live, like whether it's authors or writers or politicians or, you know, seeing music live. Like there's something about that that's I find so invigorating. It's late, I'm tired. Yes, so I find that extremely invigorating, and I find that after I see like a concert or after I see someone speak, especially like people like that who are extremely positive and want to help other people and whatnot, yeah, I just feel like motivated to keep going and motivated to do more and to do better and things like that. I think a lot of what I have been seeing lately from a lot of people is to have sort of like a bigger picture sort of mentality, to obviously like keep going with the daily stuff, but also to recognize the progress that has been made and that can be made. And yeah, it's just good to hear that stuff sometimes, that like things are difficult maybe to a certain extent in certain areas and in certain ways, but there are ways that we can all like make a difference. There are positive changes being made in certain places and things like that, and we've got to like hold on to our values and keep making decisions that align with those values. That's a thing that Joe Biden talked a lot about. So yeah, I'm really glad that I went to this. It was a good way to end the day, even though it's the day was so not good in the beginning. I was in like such a mood at the end of the workday. Like, I don't know if that came across in video or not, but because I wasn't really talking very much in my videos. But yeah, I was in such a mood, and this like just made everything better. That's all I have for now. I need to finish packing because I am going out of town tomorrow for work, and I have to, you know, start editing all this footage. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.